Great. Yeah, there's actually three areas that we've been focusing on for big data, and part of it actually builds off of what Jim was getting at in terms of how you access data. And one of the first areas we've been focusing on is from an open data perspective. How do you control the access to data? So if we've got data locked up and we're trying to go through and share it, how can you enable it? And we believe through web services, make it as accessible as possible. So how can you go through and ensure you have the right security around it? And secondly, understand the life cycle of all those interfaces, all those APIs over multiple years for those programs. And then most importantly, I think, is tracking the access. Who's actually accessing the data? Not so much of the individual, but which programs are accessing it, so that you understand how it's being used. Is it worthwhile data? And can it be correlated to other pieces of information? The other area that we focused on was bringing big data online. So if you look at lots of data that's on disk, opening it up to the outside world is slow, right? And you have limited resources inside your organization. And can you go through it and start accessing information and providing it out to third parties that traditionally have been using your resources? So we focused on how to take the information and put it online in memory. So it's very, very fast. It is not taking up your internal resources associated to it. And most importantly is that now that it's been made accessible, you actually can start using it real time to make decisions, rather than just doing a report and say, here's what happened last year, here's what type of inappropriate payments we made last year. How can I start going through and detecting that stuff right now while someone's filling out the claims? Right? And so we believe you need to make that stuff online. And then lastly is that if you're doing this former two, the last piece is correlating real-time data. So if I have all this data and making it available inside of my system, how do I then monitor new data that's coming in and compare it to what I already know? And can I start correlating that to other data sources as well? What kind of patterns can I start detecting against that? And what kind of decisions can I make now where I can still affect the outcome? Right? And so we see great applicability within fraud, within abuse, cybersecurity, but even in like preventative maintenance. Can you go start predicting when maintenance should occur inside of all of our aircraft and vehicles within our various government installations?
Yeah, terrific.